Today, the moon continues in Aries, the sign of the warrior and of action and courage. And so, we're talking today about what it means to be a warrior of the heart. We've got three planets in Scorpio, the Sun, Mars, and Mercury, forcing us to confront a deeper truth or not, right? If we don't confront it, then we're letting it make decisions for us. So getting in touch with that deeper place of truth and being honest with ourselves helps us to step into our warrior spirit that allows us to do good in the world. And so that's what we're talking about today. I'm Marina Ormes here with your Astro Vibe for Friday, October 27th. And what does it mean to be a warrior of the heart? Well, we all know that war and warrior energy is that spirit of fighting, right? So if you are fighting just for the sake of harming another or of convincing someone of your point or of clinging to a belief that doesn't allow room for the expansion or change or growth in the areas that you might be needing or the world might be needing to change and evolve, then we are simply pushing our agenda, right? But when we are being a warrior of the heart, it means that we're willing to learn and grow and adapt. We're willing to change, right? We're willing to see what it is we haven't been able to see before. And when we think about power, what kind of power do you really want to have, right? Do you want to have the kind of power that allows you to make someone else do what you want? Or do you want to have the kind of power that allows you to create from the depths of your truth and from what it is you can bring forth going forward that can be better than what has been before, right? So the true warrior spirit is about moving forward and having the courage to do what we need to do. And that courage can be a very important part of creativity and a transformative process. So that's what we're talking about here with the astrology for unshakable self-care, is our ability to take care of ourselves in the ways we need to so that we can become, right, continue on this journey, continue to walk through this process, which it really is a process of discovering more about who we are, more about who we are, what we are capable of, and how to be more in alignment with having that power that is creative power, that is power that is grounded in love and respect for other beings. And so it's the power to create new ways forward, new solutions forward. And I do think that we are in the bigger picture of where the planets are and the bigger cycles that we're in. We're really in a time where we are being asked to look at who we are, how we've done things in the past, what it is we need to let go of because it is ultimately holding us back, right? So old habits and patterns that maybe got us through day to day in the past are not necessarily going to be helpful for us to support our ability to step into our more powerful ways of being, right? So being a warrior means that you have courage, and courage is a word that comes from the same root word as heart, right? Coeur in French is heart. And so it is that heart energy, that energy of love finding its way to make things happen in a creative way, in a powerful way. And so you can't create what you want unless you're clear about why it's important. And so the things that you want that feel like, on the surface what you want. So, you want money, you want fame, you want wealth, you want these specific things that, feel like, yeah, that would be great if I had that, right? But if you think a little bit deeper into and look a little bit deeper into what that is about, why do you want that? Why do you want that wealth, right? What good is it to have wealth? And we can actually see in the world that sometimes wealth just makes us more unhealthy, right? It can be turned into greed, which makes us less caring, less compassionate, less able to co-create respectfully with our fellow beings and create a life that feels happy and joyful, because we're afraid of losing the things we have gained control over, right? Because it's not coming from a place of power from within. And power from within means that we trust ourselves to be able to make the most of whatever situation we're in. So in other words, we are not attached to the specific thing, the specific way that we might be making money, or the specific thing that feels important on the surface, because that's, we're not relying on that one thing to make us feel okay, right? We're relying on a deeper place of our truth, right? Of what is authentic, and makes us feel whole. So that is what it means to be a warrior. And this warrior vibe of today's Aries moon, because Aries is the sign of action, of courage, of life force, of will. And it is ruled, I guess, in the family of energies with the planet Mars. And Mars is about action, courage, being the warrior, right? It's assertive, hopefully not aggressive, hopefully not violent, but it is bringing in that spectrum of possibilities. And so in response to something that isn't whole, isn't healthy, isn't respectful, it maybe feels controlling or violent at that end of the spectrum, right? At the far end of the spectrum. But even little everyday things, little microaggressions, right, are also on that spectrum. So we want to be thinking about how we are not being in reactive mode to those superficial or external attempts to control us, the microaggressions, the little ways that bullying or control show up in our lives, and to look within, to ask ourselves, how can I respond from a place that is true and honest for myself, because I am embodying my own wholeness. And that is a journey. It's a process. It's not something that you just either are or you aren't, right? Oh, darn, I wasn't in my wholeness today. No, it's like you're always in your wholeness, because your wholeness is always evolving, and you are continually reshaping and remaking yourself and your truth, and reevaluating what you're choosing and how to choose differently tomorrow, and how to be more of who you are right now, and how to take care of yourself in ways that support your own growth and evolutionary process and transformation in the direction of healing for you, right? So that you are moving in the direction of more happiness and more joy. So I guess I'm saying a lot of things here, but really what it means to be a warrior of the heart is that you are listening to your heart, and you are paying attention to what that deeper place, that bigger picture of truth really is, as opposed to being reactive to things that you or someone else might be clinging to in the outer world because of fear, right? Greed is based in fear. It's based in losing something that you feel like you should have control over. And so that can show up in many different ways, in wherever it is we feel like we should have control and don't, is where we can be more in that reactive mode. So Again, it's a process. And as we let go of that need to have control and get in deeper touch with what is important to us, trusting that we are on an evolutionary journey of learning how to more effectively create from whatever conditions we find ourselves in, that experience of wholeness, that experience of happiness, and the experience of living joyfully and creatively, which I think is much more rewarding way to be alive and to see our life as a journey. So life is a journey, and you are the warrior on your own journey of discovery of who you are and what it means to be more fully yourself and more whole, embodying all parts of who you are with your vulnerability and your strength all wrapped up together in one. And this is so important. I'm getting at tomorrow's eclipse. So we have this lunar eclipse in Taurus tomorrow. Full moon, we're reaching the halfway point of this moon cycle that began with the Libra new moon and solar eclipse on October 14th. And so we're really experiencing the fullness of the moon right now with today's Aries moon energy as that full moon comes into perfection. And I'm going to be sharing more with you tomorrow about what this lunar eclipse is all about, how it fits in the bigger picture of evolutionary change, and how we can work with these very transformational energies of the eclipses that we're in the midst of right now and throughout this moon cycle. So check back tomorrow for more information on the eclipse energies and how to embody more of this path of truth, right? And so whatever you're noticing today about the way that you need to show up for yourself, right? Be a warrior for your truth. Take a stand for what is important to you, what you value, what your principles are, and see where it goes from there. All right. Thank you so much for being here. I am Marina Ormes, and you can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. Thank you so much for being here and following me for unshakable self-care with the energy of the moon and all the planets in astrology. We've got a big day tomorrow with the lunar eclipse and some intense, shifty, transformative energy. So I'll be sharing more with you about that tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe if you are enjoying this content, because it really does support my work. Thank you for being here and letting your friends know, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.